Lorcats Vanilla Gaming. Weiter geht's mit der nächsten Runde zu Vampyr. In der letzten Runde haben wir die Kanalisation gereinigt und ein bisschen mehr zu den Hintergründen der Intrige gegen Miss Ashbury herausgefunden. So. Und nun müssen wir nach Whitechapel. Was aber ziemlich tough war. Wir haben noch am Schluss ein bisschen geskillt, sind jetzt auf Level 9. Damit könnten wir es fast versuchen. Ah, hier ist wieder alles respawned. Gut. Ich bin noch am Überlegen, ob ich nicht noch gucke, ob ich die Waffe upgraden kann. Und mir fällt gerade ein, ich wollte ja eigentlich auch noch die Heilung ausprobieren von den NPCs. Da müssen wir noch mal kurz in unser Apartment. Die hier. So, jetzt müssen wir kurz mal gucken. Wo haben wir denn da? Da haben wir die Übersicht. Wir kennen fast alle, es fehlt nur noch einer im Hospital. Genau. Und wir sehen an dem Sternchen, dass die eine Krankheit haben. Und 2 haben eine Erschöpfung. Und da bin ich mir ziemlich sicher, dass ich schon das Heilmittel dafür habe. Kopfschmerzen und 2-mal Erschöpfung. Das heilt Erschöpfung. 1-mal, 2-mal. Kopfschmerzen. Ne, Kopfschmerzen können wir wohl noch nicht. Okay, schade. Nee. Gut, und dann wollten wir echt noch gucken, irgendwie die Waffen. Die Sense klingt echt lustig. Ich kann mit so langsamen Waffen, glaube ich, nicht umgehen. Bin jetzt bei 15 Angriffsgeschwindigkeit. Was ich immer noch verstehe, ist, warum ich diese Machete nicht weiter aufrüsten kann. Nee, verstehst du nicht. Wir haben für Stufe 2, hier müsste eigentlich Stufe 3 stehen. Kann man irgendwie nach rüber scrollen? Nein, kann man auch nicht. Die Siege. 200 Schaden, wow. Aber steigt es natürlich dann schon rasant an. Nimmt Blutpunkte auf. Aber das klingt verlockend. Aber ich finde Säge jetzt ehrlich gesagt nur mäßig spektakulär als Kampfwaffe. Gut, jetzt haben wir mal die Heilmittel. Und gucken wir mal, ob wir die 2 heilen können damit. Also hier noch gucken. Gibt's was? Okay. Da haben wir noch was. Jawohl. Immer fleißig looten, man kann hier echt alles brauchen. So. Einmal war es doch der kleine Bub. Der war wo gesessen? Sind wir da drinnen, oder? Nee. Nee, hier nicht. Das Krankenhaus ist einfach viel zu groß. Die war es auch nicht. Nee. Da war es auch. Da.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Und wie kann ich den jetzt medizinisch untersuchen? Wie funktioniert das jetzt?
I have to go now, sir.
Hä?
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Doctor.
Halt, das wollte ich nicht.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Ich kann. Ich hab das definitiv, das Heilmittel. Ich krieg's ja mal. Weiß nicht, wie es geht. Rechte Maustaste bringt mich aus dem Dialog raus.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Ah, okay. Also ich musste das irgendwie mit E aktivieren.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Da ist einfach mal irgendwas freigeschalten damit. Nein.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Schade, ich dachte, das hat vielleicht hier was freigeloggt.
Goodbye,
Ah.
Mrs. Goswick.
Okay, dann guck mal, der andere Typ stand durch
I'm
draußen.
alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Beim Hauptbereich raus. Und dann war der vorne dran gestanden, wenn mich nicht alles täuscht. Guck gerade noch, ob ich irgendwo was zum Looten finde, aber ich glaube, das ist noch nicht respawned. Sieht fast so aus, ja. So, du warst es doch, oder? Ja, und da hinten steht der andere.
Hey, Doc.
Genau, ist da und jetzt I.
You're lucky to be
Aha.
alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Have fun.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Dann hat es jetzt schon eine Auswirkung gehabt? So. Erholt sich? Erholt sich. Ah, okay. Und du hast Kopfschmerzen. Naja, gegen Kopfschmerzen habe ich aber leider noch nichts. Aber mit dir können wir noch reden.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed of the Pembroke Hospital. May I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed. So it's you who saved my friend Oswald. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Ah, das ist der andere. Da müssten wir jetzt alle kennen, denke ich.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
Okay. Angst vor Ratten.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Wo finde ich den?
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Krieg halt.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we were in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
Battle Brothers, sozusagen. Ja, einen haben wir freigeschalten.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Okay, da kann man ein bisschen dankbar sein, ja.
Goodbye,
Aber wir
Mr.
sind
Blight.
auch von den
Take
Toten
care of yourself.
auferstanden und waren einem Leichenhaufen Massengrab gelegen. Also. So, wo findet man den jetzt?
At least that mistress of the dog has stopped following me.
Achso, vielleicht da unten? Stimmt, da unten haben wir ja auch aufgegabelt. Jetzt können wir mal kurz einen Blick riskieren.
We must prove what we are capable of. It is now.
Hier ist nichts. Auch nichts zum Abstauben. Ah, da ist er. Nicht weglaufen.
It's locked, all right.
Und wie komme ich jetzt zu euch?
Stop looking round. I'm right here in front of you. Will you relax? There's nobody here. I know. I can't help it.
Vampirfertigkeit. Wir lauschen.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Oh, come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What? Like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best. Fuck the war, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the war. Fuck them all.
Ja, wenigstens wieder was rausgefunden. Vor allem diese ungeschickt, dass da keine Lippenbewegungen waren, aber...
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Warum, was war das?
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Platzangst.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctors said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Du hast echt Panik vor Ärzten, hä?
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about is their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Aber warum hat er dich ins Krankenhaus schicken wollen?
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then if you're so interested in my case.
Sie waren verschüttet.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Quasi das gleiche Schicksal.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
Ja, war nicht die beste Zeit für ein Outing.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. The terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Ja, puh, der hat andere Probleme, ja, Angst vor Ratten.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
Yeah, I thought about what I could do to survive. Just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Okay, that's strange.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Schade, den können wir leider nicht heilen. Noch nicht. Ich hoffe, es muss bald gehen. Irgendwann mal das Rezept schon finden.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. You doing your rounds as usual?
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, I never thought I'd love a man.
Ja, das denken wohl die meisten am Anfang nicht. Aber hey, 1918 war das überhaupt kein Problem.
I won't say a word, Mr. Blight. Your secret is safe with me.
I fought for my country and I survived. I saw my comrades die. And now society tells me I'm a criminal for who I love. It makes me so angry.
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily for us, there were rations and water in the tunnel. It was an outpost, see. Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
Ja, Oswald hat es trotzdem etwas schlimmer erwischt.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. And surviving it again gave me strength. You believe that?
Ja, mit den Ratten war bestimmt irgendwie krasser. Wir haben doch gerade nochmal einen Hinweis
Goodbye,
bekommen.
Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
War das für Oswald oder? Mal schnell checken.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Tatsache.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine. I'm certain he wasn't lying to me when he expressed his feelings for you.
Newton still has to accept it, knowing he'll be seen as a queer, a fairy, less than a man in those simple-minded bigots' eyes. Though he's more of a man than they'll ever be, so fuck them all.
Ich glaube,
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
wir haben damit alle Hinweise für die beiden schon freigeschalten. Cool. Checken wir mal kurz. Jupp. Da haben wir alle. Er ist halt krank, Kopfschmerzen. Aber da ist schon einiges an Gesprächsoptionen da. Schauen wir mal, da haben wir auch. Der ist auch erschöpft. Den könnten wir sogar heilen. Dorothy Crane. Okay. So, jetzt versuchen wir unser Glück. Ob wir es schaffen. Die Level 10 und 12 Gegner waren es, glaube ich. Vielleicht können wir davor noch ein paar Fights machen, um ein bisschen reinzukommen. Hier ist auch ein Boss dabei. Hier oben steht ein Schütze. Oh. Der mit seiner Shotgun. Jetzt komm her. Ich mir ein bisschen ansaugen. Ach. Mal heilen dann. Au! Wow. Der ist übel. Der ist ganz schön flott, wenn der andere auch so heftig ist. Ja, muss ich mir ausweichen hier. Au. Die Ausdauer regeneriert noch zu langsam. Au! Da kannst du so schlecht ausweichen. Fast tot, ey. Okay, jetzt mal voll. Coole Sache. Was haben wir? Aber total gewöhnliche Griffe ist schon gut. Cool. Hat sie auch was fallen lassen? Was war das? Ja. Der hat anscheinend nichts dabei gehabt, aber da unten liegt ein Täschchen. Jetzt können wir uns hier mal in Ruhe umgucken. Das tut auch was glänzen. Nee. Kann da irgendwo rein? Alles zu. Da oben kommt man rein, ja. Aber das ist mir immer noch schleierhaft, was das für ein Raum ist, da der einfach nur zu ist. Da kannst du nichts machen, da war nichts zu finden. Ja, ist halt einfach nur irgendwie ein Raum. Aber ich mal gut, hier gibt es ordentlich Loot. Da kann man nicht meckern. Aber was da hinten war, entweder ein Gegner mehr oder diese Respawnen. Das ist echt ungünstig. Oh. Ah, toll. Hauptsache, du hast uns nur wehtun müssen. Ja. Ach, das sind noch ein paar Ratten. Gut. Sonst gibt es aber nichts hier. Okay, jetzt haben wir eigentlich alles voll. Vorbereitet fürs Kämpfchen.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye, the guards recruit more and more every year.
When did you join the guard? 2 days ago. This is my first patrol.
This is no place for a gentleman.
Also, die sehen mich ja eh schon. Was mache ich da? Hilfe? Das ist doch Käse. Das ist die Frage, respawnen die, oder? Oh, ist das eine Sackgasse? Oh, lass mich hier raus! Puh. Wenn mich da drin festhält, dann schaue ich echt doof. Ja, schieß halt. Sie macht einen Haufen Schaden. Der blockt mir echt alles weg. Ja. Erstmal ein bisschen anknabbern hier. Und dann müssen wir eigentlich genug haben. Scheiße, war nix. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Ja, wie oft denn noch? Durch meinen Angriff. Ui, der ist ganz schön heftig. Ja, das war wichtig. Yeah! Haha, hab dich. Puh. Schauen wir mal, was deine Partner so gehabt haben. Huiuiui. Hast du den anderen? Der war da hinten in der Sackgasse. Der war da oben, ja. Schauen wir mal, ob wir hier irgendwo interagieren können, außer mit unserem Ziel. Nicht so aus.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Oh, okay. Wir können da hoch. Okay. Was ist hier los?
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Erstmal mit dem Wichtigsten anfangen.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Eine illegale Apotheke.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Du bist blau, oder was? Was
You mean
talkst du
you
so rum?
used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
War das dein Junge?
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Bist du der Junge?
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Vielleicht weißt du was?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Mhm.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Okay.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Wo ist er denn hin? Ist abgehauen oder was? Torkel den Mann. Da hinten war der. Da geht's runter. Ah, da ist er.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
What about those we left behind, face down in the mud? You want to change places with them? You cannot waste your chance at life this way.
It's not that simple. I wouldn't have expected you to understand. I don't even know why I spoke to you in the first place.
Scheiße. Okay, war zu harsch. Na gut. Hinweise
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Kommentar.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Okay. Kennen wir Ihren Bruder?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Die verschenkt sie.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Na, das ist bestimmt auch ein paar gefährlich.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Ja, gut, war jetzt kein konkreter Hinweis dabei. Und die sind noch gesperrt. Was passt denn zum
I'd like
Anbieten?
to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Wie viel Geld haben wir? 200. Ja, echt. Wir haben eigentlich den ganzen Kram haben wir, glaube ich, oder? Wie viel Glasfiolen? Weißt du, wie? Ja, haben wir auch genug. Okay. Das ist der Alki.
If I could get some working, everything would be better.
Ja, folgen mal dem Marker. Schauen wir uns nochmal um. Hier müsste auch einen Unterschlupf geben. Aber jetzt gehen wir erstmal rein.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
Hey!
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Jetzt? Bin verwirrt. Hinterhof gehen oder wie? Der ist ab.
It's locked.
Ah, okay.
There's no one in.
Keiner mehr auf, ist klar. Das war auch zugesperrt. Ah, jetzt da. Frische operieren.
Strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Zumindest haben wir schon mal was rausgekommen.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Church.
This elixir will give you faith again.
Ah, okay, hier war eine Marke. Schade, dass man die ganzen Häuser nicht betreten kann. Das wäre echt mega krass. Da wäre die City so groß. 2 Marke.
You know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way? Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
An sich ist sehr gut, die Schwester, schätze ich mal.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Ja. Ihr habt da echt alle Probleme, ey. Ihr heilt hier umsonst und jeden stört's.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Joe Peterson klingt nach einem leichten Verbrecher.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Ah, da kann man was finden.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Das waren bestimmt Skies. Okay, was hast du denn im Angebot?
Show me what you have.
Müssen wir kurz checken, was wir da haben. Aha. Die Griffe sind auf jeden Fall Abzug. Wir haben sogar einen guten Griff. Boah, fuck, der kostet 170. Okay. Was haben wir? Kleiner Teil haben wir einmal. Teil eines gewöhnlichen Abzugs. Ich glaube, wenn wir erstmal dahin upgraden, das ist schon okay. Ach, und es ist einfach viel zu viel. Okay. Warum liegt eine gescheite Waffe?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Ja, hat er gutes Herz anscheinend.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Scheinbar ist echt einfach nur ein Schläger, ha?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Wieder zu offensichtlich. Wahrscheinlich scheitert dann der Hinweis.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Ah, okay. Ja, okay. Dann haben wir das geschafft. Puh.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Oh, ihn nochmal schnell an.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the Wet Boot Boy.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Gib mir mal recht.
Taking out your anger on others is nothing but cowardice. And colossi are quite famous for tumbling down.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.